This is Palla village, where Jagbir Dhama lives, in the outskirts of Delhi, nestled between Haryana and Uttar Pradesh. For about 3 decades, Jagbir has been cultivating a variety of produce like tomatoes, coriander and spinach on his 12-acre land. This early winter morning, his son and wife join him as he prepares to gather their fenugreek harvest. The crop is chemical-free, like the rest of his produce, a conscious decision made recently and one he is proud of.
पिताजी के टाइम पर इतना केमिकल इस्तेमाल होता नहीं था क्यों हमारे यहाँ जमुना घूम जाती थी खेतों में। ये बांध बनाने के बाद जमुना घूमनी बंद होगी तो फिर केमिकल का इस्तेमाल होने लगा बहुत ज़्यादा। उसमें अपना डाई है, यूरिया है, पोटास है, जिंक है, इनकी मात्रा बहुत ज़्यादा हो गई थी। उससे हमारी ज़मीन जो है थोड़ी फिर सख्त भी हो गई थी। ये ज़मीन पानी भी कम पी रही थी। जो रोसनापन ज़मीन के अंदर था वो बिल्कुल ख़त्म हो गया था। तो केमिकल की मात्रा बहुत ज़्यादा हो गई थी।
Across Jagbir's farm, we spot an expanse of lush green cauliflower fields. At first glance, they appear healthy, but he points out how his neighbors still depend on chemicals for their harvest.
की मिट्टी है, ये हमारी जैविक की है। इसमें कितना अंतर है? दोनों गिल्ली मिट्टी है। इसमें से मैंने गिल्ली उठाई है और इसमें से भी गिल्ली उठाई है। इसमें आप देखो कितना अंतर है। इसमें मिट्टी भी सख्त है इसकी और इसमें ये बंद गोभी है ये, इसमें खाने में स्वाद नहीं बिल्कुल भी।
A recent report in 2022 by the Centre for Science and Environment showed that approximately 62% of Delhi's land had suffered degradation. This decline isn't just about reduced productivity, but also hits hard on biodiversity and the land's ability to support agriculture. India, as the world's 4th largest producer of agrochemicals, uses about 0.6 kg of it for every hectare. This number seems minimal when compared to the global average of 2.6 kg. The impact, however, is anything but. Vineet Kumar from CSE tells us.
If we look at our agriculture food production system, it was more of a diversified cropping pattern. Mixed cropping, intercropping were followed. And over the time, especially after green revolutions, we slowly transition it to monocropping system. So monocrops, and then we had these high yielding varieties which are more responsive to fertilizers and water. We could clearly see that a majority of the soil samples were deficient in macronutrient and micronutrients, and organic carbon is decreasing. It is very low now. And because soil does not have enough nutrient, so food produced in that soil will also not have enough nutrient. So whether it is humans or animals, when they eat that food, they will also feel nutrient deficiency.
The question then is, how does one ensure that India's growing urban population has access to nutritious and high-quality food? Working towards this end is the Urban Farms Co., a social enterprise that partners with farmers from urban fringes to help grow chemical-free, nutritionally dense food. Their principal model strives to meet 3 goals. Founder Vikash tells us: heal degraded soil, provide nutritious food, and make farming profitable for farmers.
We know that the microbiome or the microbiology plays a big role in immunity as well as nutrition supply. And this has been the journey of urban farms. When we moved into regenerative agriculture, so as Nandi for the last 20 plus years, we've been doing chemical-free organic agriculture as such. But as we started delving into the science of it, we kind of married traditional practices with the visibility of modern science and tried to kind of optimize it to a model that small farmers can use in this country.
Following a scientific model of regenerative farming, Urban Farms Co. creates organic compost that is then made accessible to partner farmlands. The exchange takes place at a hub within a 20-kilometer radius. Sold at a subsidized rate of 4 to 6 rupees a kg and at a quick turnaround time, helps farmers tackle the challenge of dealing with depleted soil.
What we see is that your soil is able to create, your fungi and your microbiome is able to create what we refer to as secondary metabolites, which is the highest form of nutrition for plants, and you start getting produce which is very, very nutrient dense. And you see people tasting the produce and saying, there are so many flavors in it. Or you see elderly people saying that, this is how it tasted when we were children.
Jagbir has been using compost from the hub across 5 acres of his farm for the last 3 years.
अर्बन फार्म से जुड़ने से काफ़ी फ़ायदा हुआ है और सबसे बड़ी हमारी ज़मीन जो अच्छी होगी। जो मैंने खेत 3 साल पहले जोड़ा था, ये खेत 3 साल पहले जोड़ा था मैंने, अब ये खेत जो है इन्हीं के पे डिमांड हो गया, इसका केमिकल कोई नहीं मांगता ये खाद। हम नो यूरिया डाई कैल्शियम वो हम कुछ नहीं डालते भी इसमें, सिर्फ इनका कंपोस्ट है और अपना ये खोड़ी का खाद है ये जो डाल रखा है, ये यूज़ करते हैं। बाकी इनकी दवाई है अपनी जैविक जो दवाई है इनके पास वे इस्तेमाल करते हैं।
These representatives from Urban Farm Co. are here today to inspect how Jagbir's plot is doing. Using an app called Farmitopia, they are able to log crop details, monitor fields, and predict crop outcomes. This tool is also said to aid in cultivation techniques and in adopting regenerative farming practices.
2 or 3 days I visited this field. There was an attack of flea beetles and diamond mothbag. At that time I recommend farmer to spray Daman and Mahast 5 ml and plus 5 gram per liter of water, and the alternatively spray of neem oil as well. So he did the spray of Daman and Mahast, and I can see that the control of flea beetles and diamond mothbag.
Laying the first round of compost foundation cost Jagbir 40,000 rupees, an investment that will be recovered in 3 crop seasons, he tells us. Any seasonal purchases like additional compost or pest sprays costs him about 20,000 rupees each season. His sales go on to fetch him about 4 times the cost.
हाँ जी, लागत में भी फ़र्क है क्योंकि हमारे जो रसायन जो है वे आइटम महंगे ज़्यादा है, दवाई वगैरह खाद है, डाई है, महंगी बहुत ज़्यादा महंगी है। अभी डाई का कट्टा करीब 1400 रुपये का एक है, तो हमें उसकी बचत है 1400 रुपये की। फिर हम यूरिया डालते थे उसकी भी बचत है। रसायन जो दवाई लेकर आते थे दवाई भी बहुत महंगी है, कोई 1000 रुपये से तो कोई नीचे नहीं है दवाई डालने वाली, तो अब उनसे सबसे पैंडा छुट रहा है हमारा। अंदाजा ये है अगर हम केमिकल की खेती करेंगे और जो अर्बन फार्म की खेती करेंगे लगभग 10,000 रुपये का फ़र्क है इसमें।
The model here claims to be built on supporting the farmer at every step of the way, and these centralized hubs serve as the epicenter. All of Jagbir's inputs come from this hub, a few kilometers from his farm. A typical hub like this in the peri-urban regions produces close to 2,000 tons of compost every year, which is about 200 trucks filled with dense organic matter.
The idea of the hub is that every requirement of a farmer to do this new form of agriculture needs to be addressed by the hub. So applications for soil fertility, foliar sprays, drenching which is needed at each stage of the crop, the knowledge and the demo that's needed. We have farm services which is referred to as a SAFE team. So our team goes there and helps them do things if they have a labor problem. And most importantly, we have the collection center, which is the buyback of the produce. In India, we have small farmers with small landholding, and the hub gives that economy of scale.
At the core of regenerative agriculture is soil health. At Urban Farms Co., it is their compost that ensures that the soil quality they deal with thrives. The compost here is made from several ingredients, including paddy stubble.
The paddy stubble is normally burnt and very well known about the pollution that it generates in the space. We normally do around 1,000 tons of paddy stubble before it's burnt. We collect it from our farmers. This is one of the inputs that we use in the compost. It's very, very rich in carbon.
Additionally, banana leaves and vegetable waste are also added before processing them under aerobic composting. So far, the enterprise has enabled close to 150,000 farmers to transition to regenerative farming. Sonu Kumar is here today to drop off a fresh batch of carrots he's just harvested. His 2-acre plot is also in Palla village, about 5 kilometers from the hub.
आज हम 9 क्विंटल लेके आए हैं। 9 क्विंटल में कुछ कम भी रह सकता है, कुछ 32 भी हो सकता है। तो जो है आज का दाम यही 17.5 के आसपास होगा।
The Urban Farms Co hub also serves as a procurement center, guaranteeing quality-based buybacks. Procurement at collection centers within the hubs is driven by prevailing market rates, eliminating middlemen.
मंडी के लेके जाने में तो सांझ के टाइम गाड़ी में धर देंगे, गाड़ी में धर के पीछे वहाँ आ गए आड़ती बेचेगा जैसे बेचेगा। मंदा भी रेट हो सकता है, महंगा भी रेट हो सकता है, तो हमें तो यहाँ पे अच्छा लगा। रेट में तो अच्छा ही फ़ायदा हो रहा है, जैसे कि यहाँ माल दे रही है उसकी मंडी के कारण, कि मंडी में खर्चे भी ज़्यादा है, यहाँ पे खर्चा नहीं। यहाँ पे तो खेत में से आए, जब भी 10 मिनट का रास्ता है, जब भी डाल दिए यहाँ पे ला गए।
As one of the prominent suppliers of organic produce in the Delhi NCR region, Urban Farms Co. today caters to online giants like Swiggy, Zepto and Big Basket. It also partners with B2B companies like Live Organic, founded by Manpreet Bajaj and Gagandeep Singh.
मतलब जिस दिन से इन्होंने डे 1 से स्टार्ट किया, हमने इनसे लेना शुरू किया है। इनका वैसे नहीं है जैसे किसी ने, आजकल तो बहुत सारे लोग हैं फोन करके कहते हैं हम ऑर्गेनिक कर रहे हैं, फार्मर फोन कर रहे हैं, कंपनियां, कुछ ऐसा नहीं है। दे हैव प्रॉपर सिस्टम, जो हमें इन्होंने उस वक्त बताया भी था, दिखाया भी था कि पूरा इनके पास ट्रेसेबिलिटी है, ये फार्म लेवल से काम करते हैं।
The supplies available at Live Organic and sourced from urban farms are priced at about 3 times that at local markets. Not surprising for an organic store. Prices here could range from 150 rupees a kg for spinach, 300 to 500 rupees a kg for Wayanad bananas, and 120 rupees a kg for cauliflower. Manpreet insists, however, that their pricing is not a deterrent, not at least for their clientele.
सिटीज में तो देखो आप, डिमांड है। अगर आप जेन्युइनली ऑर्गेनिक कर रहे हो, आप ट्रेसेबिलिटी दिखा रहे हो, आप मतलब तो डिमांड तो है, नो डाउट की डिमांड नहीं है। लेकिन कस्टमर में भी ये है कि लगातार लोग ना बहुत लॉन्ग टाइम तक नहीं लेते, एक पॉइंट पे आके दे आर कस्टमर, मतलब कस्टमर इज प्राइस कॉन्शियस। जैसे एक फैमिली में मोस्टली वो लोग लेते हैं, इनके तो छोटे बच्चे हैं, वो चाहते हैं कि उसको शुरू से प्योर फूड दें, अच्छा फूड दें, या जिनके संग कोई हेल्थ इशू है वो लेते हैं। और मेनली मतलब जिनकी थोड़ी डीप पॉकेट है, जिनको इतना फर्क नहीं पड़ता, वो 20% ही है जो मतलब अफोर्ड, तो मतलब ठीक है, दे आर मीडियम अपर क्लास, बट हाँ दे वांट टू हैव हेल्दी।
Back at the farm, however, Jagbir tells us he is confident that his rewards will far outlast his expenses.
अंदाजा जी है, अगर हम केमिकल की खेती करेंगे और जो अर्बन फार्म की खेती करेंगे, लगभग 10,000 रुपये का फ़र्क है इसमें। हमारी कॉस्ट उसमें 10,000 रुपये की ज़्यादा आती है केमिकल करने से। ये महिंद्रा फार्म से जुड़ने के बाद सब्जी में टेस्ट बहुत ज़्यादा आ गया है, खाने में स्वाद बहुत ज़्यादा है। जो हम केमिकल की सब्ज़ी खाते हैं और इसमें अंतर है, बहुत ज़्यादा अंतर है। इस सब्ज़ी में स्वाद ज़्यादा है केमिकल की सब्ज़ी से।
Thanks for watching Eco India. If you like the story, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to Scroll.in on YouTube.